in Kyrgyzstan, Dojang.
All right, so here we go, guys. Down at the 6 o'clock position on Shattered Temple, we have our orange Zerg player, ZeNEX.Life, and he has taken one game from Team ReIGN. Their representative is over here at the 12 o'clock position, and he is RGN.KiWiKaKi, our yellow Protoss player. Now, the last time that we saw him, he tried this crazy build. Now, it was close positions by air, but he tried this really crazy proxy gateway deny, but kind of overcommitted to it. And then
it was kind of weird. It didn't quite work out. But, I mean, saying the last time we watched KiWiKaKi, he did this crazy build really doesn't narrow things down at all.
Very true.
Yeah,
yes.
Looks like he wants to do something like a Forge expand here. But you never know with him. He could be planning on something completely insane as well.
True.
But most likely we're going to see some sort of either Nexus first or Forge expand from a little bit of a bigger map for, or smaller map for Nexus first. But
sure.
He could try it. You can get away with it sometimes.
All right, well, we'll see what he's going to do here in a bit. Still a little way from the supply to throw down a Forge and saving up the resources now, but he is going to check out his opponent. Life, on the other hand, has not really shown us what he'll do yet. It's a little too early, but I'm always, like, really, when it comes to a game with KiWiKaKi in it, I always find myself just kind of overwatching the minute details in the beginning of the game because you're just waiting for something to tip your hand to be ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that probe, I mean, it looks like a ridiculous probe even. I mean,
they are, yes.
You just, I mean, what can you do? That probe just looks so ridiculous, man.
All right.
All right. I'm actually sounding a little bit crazy now.
He
but
has not. He saved
he's
up
rubbing
300.
off. He's rubbing off on me. Oh, did he Nexus first?
Oh, he's thinking
Nexus
about
first?
it. Yeah.
No, not Nexus first. Hatchery first. And yeah, I was going to say, I mean, if you do that, why wouldn't you cannon rush someone? But
he doesn't have a Forge.
KiWiKaKi doesn't have a Forge. Yeah, he was going to go for a Nexus first.
Yes.
Just kind of putting some fear into the heart of Life there, but too bad he didn't go for that Forge. Otherwise, he could have cannoned that natural.
Yeah.
A little bit crazy to see Zergs going for a hatchery first.
Right.
ZVP, but looks like he's going to get away with it this time.
Unfortunately, Kiwi supply blocked now. We'll need that Forge and another pylon here stat. And,
well, it's actually fine if you're supply blocked here. I mean, you're not going to be making any more probes. You need to get that wall up. You need to get your first cannon. So there's going to be a period of time usually when you do a build like this where you're not going to build probes, so you can kind of sit on 18 for a little while.
All right. Well, I like how ZeNEX.Life didn't overreact though. He got in. He saw the pylon was there. Brought an additional drone, but didn't really overcommit to it. So
yeah.
All right. Well, he does have an Overlord at his opponent now. You can see exactly what sort of wall is being produced up at the front, and KiWiKaKi already has 2 gas on the way now.
Yep. And so we'll have to see what he decides to do with that. Looks like he might just be going for some sort of +1 timing. He could go for Stargate, I suppose, but he just loves the Zealot pressure early on in PvZ, so I wouldn't be surprised at all to see some sort of like +1 weapon, Zealot-oriented style here. But
wow, ZeNEX.Life is double gassing and producing off of both of those, 3 on one, 2 on the other, so he's saving up a ton of gas at this stage in the game.
I wonder if it is a mistake to put 2 on 1 or if that's intentional. A lot of these guys have these builds really, really planned out. So it probably is intentional that he has only 2 on 1. But this could be something that could easily lead into like a Roach Speedling all-in, which is quite good on this map. And there's Roachborn actually from ZeNEX.Life, so we could very well be seeing that. A build that was quite deadly in Korea for a long time. Well, quite deadly for everyone.
Right.
Quite deadly for Naniwa in the MLG.
Oh, yes, Lena.
Finale there. Yep.
Yeah, Leenock using that Roachling all-in pretty much every time against
strong all-in.
And it works really well, especially on this map when you have such a wide front there. You can get yourself around the outside without taking too many losses. Yeah,
well, in a tournament situation like that, too, where you see something that your opponent seems to be weak to, if $50,000 is on the line, man, you got to just punch it home as hard as you can.
For sure.
So, I think ZeNEX.Life is seeing that he's got kind of an opportunity here with just how KiWiKaKi's wall is constructed.
Right.
That he could go for some sort of Roachling all-in. And it looks like that's what he's going for. He's making some Roaches early on. Link speed is almost done. The Stargate is on the way, though, for KiWiKaKi. But even if he gets a Void Ray out, if ZeNEX.Life decides to go completely all-in with it, he can do enough damage that it really doesn't matter.
Absolutely. And he is continuing to produce more Roaches after this as well. Now, there's the Lings that I was looking for. I'm not sure how many excess larvae there are on the ground. He's got enough. There they are. 14 more lings coming up now. It's going to be a total of 6 roaches and 21 lings, something like that. And KiWiKaKi just saw the roaches making their way out, and he's got to get back home.
Yeah, I mean, he could try to get home. Otherwise, those roaches could micro pretty easily against those zealots. So he could also decide to just attack with them, but nope. He's going home.
Yes.
And there are 2 cannons out that gives him a much better chance of survival.
Right.
The Void Ray is on the way. So he's got a chance here. I mean, that's not a whole lot of roaches. It could be a lot worse.
Let's see here. Probes are being pulled off of the line. 2 cannons are firing down at the bottom, and he is protecting the
Oh, the
structures
wall's
pretty well.
not complete.
Oh, you're right.
Whoops.
The
All
lings
right.
just sneak on through. If that sentry goes down, that's very bad. However, the roach numbers have been mitigated pretty well. This last photon cannon is going to fall down here in a bit, but it should buy enough time
You know what,
for the
though?
photon cannon to come up, but they're just walking right through the wall.
That's the thing. I mean, there's another 24 zerglings on the way.
Oh,
Most of them just hatched. And that Void Ray is not really going to make a huge difference. He can just walk right in and do tons and tons of damage. Yeah, the probe's not doing mining. Instead, they're doing dying.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
that
You never want them to do dying.
No, don't do dying. That's deadly.
Oh, God, and every one of those lings just walking their way through that. Probe's really got to throw down something here in a bit, but there's just no resources to put anything down with. So lings are continuing to walk on by. More probes are dying at the moment. KiWiKaKi down to 24 supply, trying to walk back at the moment, but it is not looking good for him.
Yeah, he's lost quite a bit here, and it's going to be tough for him to catch up. I mean, he does have his 2 Void Rays, but obviously Life, you can see from the production queue, he just was making some more queens. So he's going to be more than prepared for these Void Rays.
Well, it's going to be a big catch-up game now for KiWiKaKi as he's got 2 Void Rays in the air, and that, unfortunately, that Master Void Ray is master of basically nothing at the moment because the Protoss army is going to disappear in a second.
That could be exactly why, too, as ZeNEX.Life went for this. He saw that wall and realized that it had a bit of a gap in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that. I haven't walled off a lot on this map as Protoss. I suppose it's why, and it kind of looks like it could be a complete wall, too.
Yeah, if you look at it from the side, but when you kind of go from the edge, you can see that there is a gap in there. So
yeah,
yep,
it's a gap.
Unfortunately,
not the kind that you buy clothes at. It's
much
kind
like
that
a trap.
lets you die.
Yes,
it's a trap.
It's a trap.
It's a gap.
My brother linked me to a comic that was really funny about a Star Wars themed food truck that's called Admiral Snack Bar. And
oh, that's amazing! That's a great name.
I would eat there every day. Just saying. Just saying.
That's so great, dude. Admiral Snack Bar. That is the awesomest name for a food truck ever.
Yeah, that'd pretty much be amazing.
That is really cool.
I
you think they sell lots of Mon Calamari?
Oh,
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
I'm sorry. I'm just like throwing my money at the screen, and Admiral Snack Bar food was not coming back at me. I don't know why it didn't happen. So
well, a Hydralisk Den on the way for Life, just to make sure he stays super safe. Oh, Nidus network as well.
Yep.
And he's got enough queens that he should be able to handle this here.
Right.
Driving those Void Rays away.
Yep. Third one joining up as well. Even if those Void Rays were charged, they would have eventually been shot down.
Yeah, he's actually going to Nidus Hydralisks right into the base of KiWiKaKi. And KiWiKaKi's not really going to have anything to defend against this. He has 1 gateway. That's it. You know, you can't make enough Zealots out of 1 gateway to defend against Nidus Hydralisks. So I think we're going to see KiWiKaKi die, unfortunately, pretty soon here. But you know what? He actually doesn't have... Oh, he does have 1 Overlord over there. Okay.
Yes, he does.
He does have 1 that kind of escaped detection. No, he's got a Zergling. That works
going to bring it up to the front.
Yeah, if you're just going to do it like that, why not?
All right, well, Nidus Worm on the way. It looks like Kiwi is waiting for the units to come back for the Destructible Rocks. He's going to be sorely disappointed in about 5 seconds, though. Oh, boy. And there's some queens, too.
As well. All right.
Go Gadget Queens.
Toss some creep down. Let those Hydralisks be a little bit quicker.
Right.
And they've got the range in just a couple seconds here, and they're going to be able to kill all the buildings without taking any damage at all from those cannons.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be the end of the game, unfortunately, for KiWiKaKi.
Yeah, Forge falls down. He is throwing down a couple of force fields, but it looks like Hydralisks are able to sneak on by the side. And Warp Gate's not long for this world. It goes down. There's no more units remaining now for KiWiKaKi. He's trying to put up an additional 3 gateways, but his supply is plummeting. Transfusions are hitting the Hydralisks. That makes them infinitely more powerful. Both of the Void Rays have fallen. And that's not good.
I wonder how much better of a chance he would have had holding everything if there hadn't been a gap in that wall.
Yeah.
It did certainly make a difference.
Well, because he would have had to run up through the 3rd cannon that was up at the top. He could have pulled everything away. GG is called. ZeNEX has taken game number 2 as well. They were up 2-0 in this best of 9.
You know, there weren't a lot of roaches with that as well, too. So that wasn't quite as all-in as you would normally see with that.